Hey beautiful people, it's Renee Davis here again for another Tuesday inspirational video on my channel, She Sparks Change, where the goal is to spark a change in your mindset that will then of course spark a change in your life. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I actually have a pretty good topic in store for you, so stay tuned right after this. So the topic I want to talk about today is actually humility. Hence the name of the title of this video. I don't want to brag, and one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it is because for so long I've had a warped definition of what true humility is. And I used to think basically that humility was minimizing the way I talk about my goals and my aspirations, minimizing my accomplishments, minimizing even my potential at sometimes, because I didn't want to seem like I'm bragging or making other people feel bad. But as C.S. Lewis says, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but it's actually thinking of yourself less. And I think that's so key, because sometimes we can, like I said, we get it confused, we get it turned around where we think that, you know, that person that's out there and talking about all of their accomplishments and bragging about, you know, I did this the other day and I did that, and have I told you about this new endeavor that I'm in? You know, we think that as long as I don't do that, then I'm walking in humility. Today I want to dig into that fine line that comes between pride and humility, because pride can kind of be on both sides of the spectrum, where you're thinking so much about yourself and how you're going to look in front of others that you don't say anything, and also the extreme where you are just saying everything about yourself and just bragging all the time. How can we walk that fine line? You know, the Bible talks about Jesus as being the perfect example of humility. In Philippians chapter 2, it talks about the fact that he clothed himself in humility, leaving all of the glory that he was in heaven so that he could come and obviously save us. And so knowing that Jesus was the perfect example of humility, you can kind of look at his life and see what are some guidelines that we can all follow so that we can still operate in our giftings, so that we can still accomplish our dreams and our goals, but doing it in a way in which we're not completely hiding ourselves and thinking less of ourselves, but we're not also out there making a scene all the time where attention always has to be on us. One of the things that I think about is all of the miracles that Jesus performed. You know, when people were hungry, he found a way to feed them. When people needed healing, he found a way to heal them. When people just needed that comfort of knowing that they weren't alone, he was there to comfort them. When people needed deliverance, he created miracles to deliver them. And it wasn't as though he was saying, well, you know, I have these special giftings, God has given me all this power to do amazing things, but I don't want to brag, you know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm a big deal. No, when he saw somebody in need, he was their answer. He wasn't afraid to admit that he had what it took to meet the need that that person had. And that really is a guideline that I'm trying to use now. And so, you know, this is something I'm definitely still working on. God is still helping me to move from that place of always feeling as though I have to hide my gifts and my talents and my experiences. Not necessarily having to have a spotlight on me all the time, but knowing that what God has placed in me is a gift to somebody else, and that it can be a service to others. And so when I think of it from that mindset, that I am providing a service, it's not just about getting something else to write on my resume or having somebody else to connect to, networking and all of that, but it's literally just about providing a service using the gifts that God has given me. That's when I know that I can have confidence when opportunities arise in which God is saying, okay, this is an opportunity where I want you to serve. This is a place where I am telling you to stand up and to take the lead. This is a place where your gifts are going to shine. then I'm not necessarily forsaking those opportunities. You know, you will have moments that will arise in which somebody may be looking for that photographer, or they're looking for that teacher, they're looking for that organizer, they're looking for, you know, that chef, they're looking for that makeup artist. That is that opportunity where you can step in and say, these are the giftings I have, and this is the way I want to serve. That is a way in which you can truly walk out in humility. Now, I also want to take a moment to talk a little bit about the other side of pride, and that is the person that has no problem letting everybody know their accomplishments. They almost seem as though they walk around with their resume, where at the drop of a hat they can tell you all of their work experiences, all the places that they've traveled, all the programs that they've started. They can talk about things that they may have volunteered for 5 days with, and it makes it seem like, and make it seem like they have volunteered for 5 years with that organization. They're really, really good at letting other people know how gifted they are. But can I tell you, I think underneath all of that is sometimes just an insecurity and not truly trusting in God to use them as He sees fit. And so it's a matter of having faith, knowing that I don't have to be insecure, I don't have to tell everybody about myself, I don't have to think that I'm going to be forgotten unless my name is out there 100% of the time. Not that it's a bad thing to get your name out there, it's a good thing, trust me. But you don't have to overdo it as a way of saying that you don't trust that God will do it for you. Take advantage of the opportunities that He gives you. Make sure you walk in the light when He has provided you that path, but you don't also have to be constantly thinking about yourself and never thinking about anybody else. Like I said, it's a fine line. So to wrap this up, I want to give you guys a truth that you can stand on. Okay, so it comes from Matthew chapter 23, verse 12. And it simply says, "For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." Which basically means that when you walk in humility, God will see you, and He sees that that is a person that I can lift up. That is a person that I can shine my light on, because I know at the end of the day that I will be glorified. Versus that person who tries to exalt themselves all the time, God may have to humble you just a little bit. And so it's just, as I said before, trusting God that He loves you, He knows what you have, He knows what He's placed in you, He wants a return on His investment. So at the due time, He will exalt you. You just got to trust Him, believe Him, and know that it is coming. I hope you guys are encouraged today with that word, the importance of walking in humility. I hope you have a better understanding of what that truly means. And I hope that you guys will not be afraid to let others know the ways in which you can serve them. Before we end, I just want to put another announcement out there about our upcoming conference on November 19th, 2016. It gives our team an opportunity to serve the Wilmington, Delaware community by providing hope to women, to men, to teen girls, and to teen guys. So make sure you guys go to www.timetomoveforward.org to register. We really want to see you there. Speaking of community, I just want to also remind you guys that we are officially 2 weeks away from the upcoming election. So if you are over 18 and you are registered to vote, hopefully you are, make sure that you start to prepare yourself now so that you can get out there and do what you have been given the right to do, and that is vote. I'm actually next week going to have a special edition of the Tuesday inspirational videos surrounding that. So make sure you stay tuned. Love you guys with a love that only comes from the one up above. I hope you guys have a awesome, amazing, blessed week. I will see you guys next time. Bye.